Yo, VIPs. Let's kick it. Stop, collaborate and listen. Thingy's back with a brand new intention. Something's got a hold of me tightly. Will it ever stop, yo? I don't know. Right then, we are here with the world racing community, the GT Challenge, y'all. Round 3. Yee-ha! Guess where we are? Road Atlanta. Don your cowboy hat and spurs. We're going Yankee Doodle. World Racing Community Season 5, the GT Challenge Season 2, a revival of the 2016 era of the World Endurance Championship. The race regulations is the balance of performance will be on. The tyres are at times 2, and it's soft, medium racing and intermediate wet. Both dry compounds must be used. The fuel is at times 3 and the refuel rate is 3 litres a second. The weather is set on and set to random, but with 16 slots of sunny and 3 slots of wet, you know how random that's going to be. The time of day is times 12 for 2-hour events and 16 otherwise. The format is 90 minutes multi-class race. Yes. We've got 2 different classes out there. We've got the Group 1s and the Group 3s. So lots of racing to take in over the next 90 minutes, people. You lucky people if you found us here. And it's a rolling start. Qualifying is a one-shot qualifying, which has turned out to be rather interesting. It keeps me on my toes anyway. And the multi-class rules are enabled for pro drivers. Yeah, you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. Drop points are in effect. There are lots of news. Oh, I don't want to show you that yet, because there's lots of news. Oh, Sinister. That's a car a lot slower than we're used to seeing him in, as he dropped down into the Group 3s in an Lexus. As he moved away from the Porsche Autosport in a Lambo. It's all changed, hasn't it? They opened it up. They opened it up because I think there was many out there. Well, let me just do the track, because they always write cool things about the track. So I'll do the track and then we'll go on to breaking news. Not that one. Look at Sinister in his Lexus. Round 3, the Moto Petite Le Mans. Swapping the EU for the US, the GTC arrives at Road Atlanta for our own hosting of the famous Petite Le Mans from dawn until dusk. There you go. So yeah, lots of news. Let me get me some more. I've got a table to read you as well, don't forget. So here we go. United Motorsports have 2 reserve drivers racing for the team. United Motorsports is I believe Chunky Ribena. I don't believe it started with the children. They were first to be ill, and now it has moved on to the Chunk himself. So Chunky down with a very bad case of chunkivitis, and yeah, so he can't make it. And I think his teammate's Jay Carr. Well, I think he's having some sort of penile enlargement surgery, so he can't make it. Or was it reduction? Actually, it was reduction. So they've got Forge Flames and Reckless, who raced in the AM at Le Mans and has stepped up. They're stepping up into their positions, I think. Plan is Forge and Tommy fill the Grid Racing Team Championship only. Reckless will race in GT3, claiming Tommy's place. Tom will take this as a drop points round in the individual category. Tom will step up to the B1s. So yeah. There's also Nissan have announced their withdrawal from the GTC, citing spiralling costs. The Welsh Warrior Motorsports had penned a deal with Audi to bring 2 more R18s to the grid. Them spiralling costs was bloody Welsh rarebit, is what it was. Welsh bread. They just couldn't keep affording it. That's Ryan Reynolds. He's skint now, you know. So we've got a table. So I'll read you the table. Yes. So at the top is Booster. You can look at him now. He's gone. He's gone. After all that, he's gone. So, Boosted is at the top of the table on 42 points. Adnap is second in 33 points on the Porsche. Then we have Sinister in the Porsche in third on 26 points. Just behind him is Garuda in fourth on 25 points. He'll be driving the Audi now. Deacon is fifth, also on 25 points. So dead heat between himself and Garuda. Deacon and Garuda both on 25. MJ just behind him in sixth on 24 points. Then we have Nitro in seventh on 18 points. Nitro, I think, is Oliver. No, he's not, because he's in Group 3. We'll work out who Nitro is. That might be J Car. And Chunky is 8th on 10 points, and Forge Flame, added to the championship, is on 0 points at the moment because he hasn't taken part. They're having their debrief at the moment, ladies and gents. Their last run down of all things that need to be adhered to during the races. So we'll look at the GTC AM Drivers' Championship. Tommy at the top in the Porsche. Remember, he is stepping into the shoes of the Chunk Meister this evening. I think it's Chunky he's standing in for. So he won't be taking part in the GT3s. This is his dropped score round. But he's at the top of that table on 43 points. Thunder is second in the Ferrari on 31 points. Then we have Oliver in third in the McLaren on 28 points. Autosport is fourth in the Lambo on 23 points. Duffman fifth in the BMW with 19 points. Reckless is sixth in the Porsche on 17 points. Lucifer is seventh with 12 points. Then eighth is JTR on 12 points also. And Deviant being added there in ninth, but is yet to score. So I think that's everything. I know it all got a bit confusing. People are stepping in for other people. As soon as they start going round, we will work it out. J-Car and Chunky cannot race tonight, so Forge Flames and Tommy will be stepping in for them. Tommy is going to use the race as a drop score round for his GT3 championship. Also, Garudis and Boosted have switched to the Audi. The Nissan is not drivable at 90% of the remaining tracks. I mean, they've run out of money. Because Welsh people are so demanding. So soon we'll see the lobby shut down, I believe. And then it'll just be the Group 3 guys. They might try and do it all in one lobby, but... I was thinking of coming out to the menu, that's all, sorry. I've got a hot brew, so I'm all sorted there. And we're just waiting for qualifying. It's usually the GT3 boys go out first. Oh, someone's having a trip and get something to look at. It's the McLaren of Oliver. He's just nipped out. Popped his head out for us all to see. His lovely McLaren. It's changed colours, hasn't it? I'm sure it was more orange than that earlier in the season. Looks like he's picked up a Gulf sponsorship along the way. Oh, donuts. Oliver. You're too kind. Way too kind. See, all the others are having their briefing, talking about what needs to be talked about. And there's always one, isn't there? There's always one has to go out and do donuts. Got to get them wheels spinning up, boys. Come on. They're not... I want to see perfect circles. Oh, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Come on, baby. Come on. Ah, oh, no, what a letdown. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, no. Let's get some of those beautiful... Oh, nearly. There we are. Oh, yeah. Glorious. Glorious stuff from Ollie. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. So the lobby has shut down temporarily, so it can reset and let the Group 3 guys at it. Let them at it. Let me at him. Let me at him. Go on, let me at him. So we'll see like Thunder, Oliver again in the McLaren. Van Blue. What's he going to be driving then? Even the Corvette. That's a thirsty car, is it not? That's a tough call. Reckless. They might be going out yet. Let me just get all of the info up. So we are down with the Schnizzle. My Nizzle. So Duffman, I believe he's in the BMW. Van Blue, and we think he's in the Corvette. Ollie in the McLaren. JTR, I forget what he was in. And Reckless, I'm not even going to guess. That looks like a Lambo from the inside. I'm not sure though. You know, it's nice Porsche, isn't it, with the little blowhole. Autosport. And Thunder in the Ferrari. Oh, it went away again. Here it is, back again. So at any minute now, these guys will exit, do an out lap, do a flying lap, and that is it. That is the grid. A lot of pressure comes down to just this attempt. And there is Duffman taking the BMW to the track, showing it the lovely tarmac of Road Atlanta. It's a tough track, guys. It's a tough. They've come up. They think they've come up with a plan for the Group 1 cars to easily get by the Group 3 cars with no problem. But within their plan, that means that the Group 1 drivers have to show a little patience. And therein lies the problem of their plan. They're asking sim racers to be patient. It isn't going to happen. We are going to witness carnage this evening. We will be bathing in sim racer tears, I tell thee. It is gonna be cars flying off all over the place. These guys are great drivers. I can't see them sitting behind a car for 4 corners before overtaking a Group 3 car for 4 corners before trying to get by. They haven't got the patience. That's one thing I've got to say about sim racers. They're not the most patient of people. So Duffman then goes around in the BMW, and we can see what that's that JTR's car just in the background, but we'll try, like last time, to do the sector game and see if it works for us. And Duffman at the moment keeping it clean, keeping it good. Oh yes, look at that, right on the apex. Duffman is on it at 29.9. 31, not as fast. 29.9, matching is Reckless. Slower is Autosport. Oliver is not quite there yet. We're going to miss the second sector, aren't we? 30, he's not quite as fast. 29.9 is on the money there. And then Blue comes up 35, a little down on that time. It's going to be the finish line. I'm sorry, we missed the second sector. It's a short track, this one. It's going to be bedlam. Absolute bedlam. As Duffman then brings it over the brow of the hill, down to the very fast corner, onto the straight to cut the line at 1:19.1. Great time there. And JTR gets a 1:20.6. Reckless 18.8. Autosports and 19.1. Oliver then cutting the line. It's still Reckless at the top, and he goes 4th. Thunder next goes 2nd, and then Blue comes over to the line. So Reckless is on pole, Thunder in 2nd, Duffman 3rd, Autosport 4th, Oliver in 5th, then Blue in 6th, and JTR, still don't know what that car is. I think it's Corvette, but I thought someone else was in a Corvette. JTR getting used to his new car. So Reckless does the job. Thunder has to find a way past the Porsche, I believe. And now we prepare ourselves for the Group 1 qualifying. As these guys slowly make their way back. So Ben Blue's in a Corvette, and I think that's the same as what we saw JTR in, I'm sure. Not looking strong, the Corvette here at Road Atlanta. Right then, we can look at those results if you want very quickly. So Reckless 18.8, ooh, 900ths ahead of Thunder, nothing in it. Duffman 19.1, so only 2/10, 3/10 pretty much. Autosport 3/10 as well. Oliver is 4/10. It's very tight. It's the Corvette's not looking good. So what do we got here? Is it still the old? Yeah, still those guys as they filter out and let the Group 1 cars G themselves and get themselves prepared and ready for another bout of qualifying. There's a lot of moving pieces in this championship, you've got to say. I mean, the guys who run it, the world racing community, you've got to say, you've got to take their hats off to them. They've really gone through the rules and the testing of it all with a fine tooth comb, and the tables are always bang on, and they do these briefs a good while before. I think even on Thursdays as well, in the evenings, they get together just to talk about some of the things, like getting past the Group 3 cars and have demonstrations. So they really are. They really go all out in the world racing community. And I've got to say, like just with this qualifying, all the bits and the bobs that have to. Oh no, Thunder's left. All the bits and the bobs that have to come together. Like the Group 3 cars in, the Group 1 cars in. It's that's a lot. That's a lot to stay on top of. I would crumble if I was hosting these rooms. It would just make me melt into the distance and say, please, never again. But these guys, they really do put in that extra effort. So it's the Group 1 grid we're looking to form now. The German Cup, I'm thinking that's it. I know we've got a bunch of Porsches and we've got a bunch of Audis. We've got no representations from any other countries. The German Group 1 Cup. So some of the Group 3 guys are leaving the room. That's obviously okay. We're just waiting for everyone to tick in, I believe. Wow. I don't understand why they're actually leaving, unless there's some sort of glitch that makes them have to leave. All very odd to me, I must say. So get boosted. And Tommy, remember Tommy? He drove a Porsche for the first 2 rounds in the Group 3s. He's like the Argentinian that Williams have just promoted. He's just got the golden handshake and stepped up to the Audi team. And yeah, so oh no, I remembered how to remember his name. It's a pint of cola, isn't it? Cola Pinto. Cola. It's a pint of cola, so I think it's Cola Pinto. I still can't remember his first name though. But yeah, if you can't remember the new Williams driver's name, it doesn't really matter. He's sights next season, so I don't really see the point of it all. Although they haven't broken a car since he's got in it, so he's doing better than Sargent. Here comes the Group 1 cars. Yeah, it's a pint of cola, Cola Pinto. So MJ out in the Porsche, get boosted in the Audi. Oh, that is delicious, isn't it? Isn't that just fancy pants, eh? Isn't that fancy pants? So MJ, oh, that's tough. If people are joining when you're going around, I always find you get a little lag spike when people enter the lobby and you're trying to do a pint. I'm still thinking of cola pint. So MJ trying to warm his tyres up, prep his car, doing some big braking, I imagine, to try and build that boost up best he can. Was he dabbing the brakes? Yeah, he's dabbing the brakes all the way down that straight C to try and build his boost. Very clever, Trevor. So he's prepped his car. He's not prepping his car now, and the boost is almost gone already. So was it even worth it? And there he goes then, MJ down the straight. This is gonna be hard to do the split thing. A lot easier on the longer tracks, it seemed. So MJ in his Porsche, leading the Group 1 cars out for their qualifying. It's the first sector with a 25.3, 24.0 for boosted. Tommy Roo, his first taste of the Group 1s, 26.2, Sinister at 24.9, AT14 Racing 24.5, Garuda trying to get used to the wheel and the Audi. He's been 25.4, it's all very tight. Adnap, second in the championship to boosted 24.5, and Deacon Do, he was a way back after, and I think they're going to be finishing their lap soon. Sorry, Deacon. So MJ, looking tidy so far. His first sector seemed pretty good. Comes over the hill towards the line with a 108. Boosted there with a 106. Tommy Roo's first outing in the Group 1s goes 109. Oh, someone just did him already, I think. I'm missing them, sorry. Garuda's going round. So Sinister crossed the line in third, sorry, and AT have finished. Adnap then comes over and goes third fastest, knocking Sinister down, and then Deacon Do comes through. Porsche, is it? To get fifth. Very good. Boosted pole. AT Racing in second. Adnap third. Sinister fourth. Deacon Do in fifth. Garuda starting in sixth. MJ starting in seventh. And Tommy Roo starting in eighth. But it was a last minute jump into the car. So, yes, great work for Tommy Roo on short notice, getting himself up to speed with these guys. Get boosted then on pole in the Audi, then the AT, standing in for J Car or Chunky in second, Adnap third, with Sinister in fourth. These are the Porsches here. Deacon Do in fifth. Then we've got the Audi of Garuda in sixth. MJ in seventh in his Porsche. And Tommy Roo in Chunky's Audi in eighth. So they're just setting up, I believe. Ready. It's going to be dawn till dusk. 90 minutes of absolute pure adrenaline racing, y'all, in the US of A. And I think it's gonna be a banger and a half. I promise thee, it's got to be, ain't it? Look at that, 8 Group 1 cars versus 7 Group 3 cars. It's gonna go off. It's gonna go off, I tell thee. So MJ trying to set up the grid at the moment. Thunder's asking what required. You got to use two of the medium and the soft. Not 2 mediums, but you've got to use a soft and a medium. How does he not know the rules by the 3rd round? Come on. Have a word, Thunder. He's like second in his championship as well, isn't he? You know, My hot brew's good today. Just in case you wanted to know. Wow, those Corvettes are going to be an absolute struggle. Booster's gone for a PP. Start then. He can start when he gets back. Oh, it's because someone said he's gone to the toilet. Sorry, I'm no longer streaming. I'm just reading the chat on the side. Not my chat. No one's saying anything, but no one's watching today. It doesn't matter. I don't mind. There's no expectations. When I see that the views are low, I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I can just do what I want then. It doesn't matter if I'm bad. Excuse me. God, there's lots of chat. Do you want me to read it to you? I have trouble with this course. I have trouble with these tyres. I have trouble with this car. Want to change track? Hello. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you. I'll do my best. I'm a beginner. Have a good race. Let's have a clean race. Thanks for the race. That was a good race. Nice to see you again. These are all just the chat, so you don't have to type. Want to go to the lobby? Want to change the track? I have trouble with this course. I have trouble with these tyres. I have trouble with this car. Want to change the track? It's just a way of annoying each other, the GT guys, PD. Oh, Thunder's here. At least he's still... Oh, bless you. You should be working out what tyres you're on. Quickly have a go and read of the regulations. Do you want me to tell you the regulations? I do say them at the top. Oh, that's a new one. I hate this stupid car. Excusez-moi. Boosted, that is some wee, innit? It's not a wee, that's a dump. He's gone for a whole sump change. Is he in? I'm not saying... I'm not saying what AT said. You can read it for yourself. Oh, we got told off. Look, I've got carried away with the chat. Look at me. He's boosted still having PPs. No, he's in now. Oh, no, they're not racing. Come on. Oh, thank God. I'm going to hang around in the actual lobby just in case. You know, I thought I was just daydreaming away there to myself. And I thought to myself for a second, they haven't started. I didn't even know Boosted had back for his PP yet. I was getting carried away with all their little chatty chats. How are you all doing anyway? It's been alright. It's the end of the week, isn't it? Well done. Well done to you guys. You got through another week without taking a bath with a toaster. That is legendary in itself. So, well done you. Thank God. You didn't kill anyone. And I'm impressed. Because there was moments there, weren't there? There were moments there. There were moments during the week you thought that the world would be a better place. But no, you held back, and I'm impressed. I congratulate you. Well done. Does anyone remember what the grid is? I think Boosted's pole, and I think who was pole for Group 3 cars? Reckless one. It's got to be. He's just fast all the time. Reckless with Thunder in second, I believe. AT Racing's. He was up there though, wasn't he? Oh, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for them to get all their business together. JTR left. Oh, JTR. Although he probably did one lap in that Corvette and said, "Whoo!" Ooh, it's not for me. Just saying, I don't know the Corvette. I've never really used it. But I've seen it raced, and it seems to use fuel quite a lot. Oh, JTR's back. I thought he was like, no, I'm not doing it. Oh, that's not JTR. Looks like they're having some Discord moments at the moment, but it looks like it's all good and we are good to go pretty goddamn soon. Look at that. Here we go, look. So your boosted is your pole man with 80 in second, then Adnap in third. Adnap would love to get one on boosted today. And they're moving now. He can do. Just behind his teammate, Sinister. They were a lot bluer last time. They've gone for a nice new change of livery. So Boosted then leads them away in the Audi for 90 minutes of racing here at Road Atlanta in the Audi. It's an Audi 1-2 at the moment. AT going for a move early doors, having a very close look at Boosted. Boosted started on the mediums, yes, and AT started on the softs. Then we got mediums for Adnap, who has Sinister all up in his business in fourth. Deacon Do starting on the mediums. MJ starting on the mediums with Tommy Rue making positions up. He's on the mediums as well, as Garuda slips backwards on his mediums in the Audi. Then Reckless leads from Thunder, but Thunder is on his six. Thunder is there in the Ferrari, giving Reckless a lot to think about there, with Duffman in third in the BMW, but he's just got Autosports. Oh, the Lambo and the Beamer nearly took each other out, but Thunder and Reckless are on it at the moment. AT's taken the lead. AT has taken the lead from Boosted, the soft tyres. The extra grip has worked well for him, and now he is ahead of Boosted, and Boosted is thinking of a move around the outside there, but there is no move to be had. Boosted swinging the Audi out quite wide there to try and get the better drive through the corner, but AT on those soft tyres has full control. Then we have Adnap trying to cling onto the back of them, with Sinister giving it large in his rearview mirror, and Deacon Do in fifth. The two Americans liner astern. Then we have MJ in sixth. The gap is forming between them. Garuda back ahead of Tommy Rue. These guys are going to have an absolute banger of a race. Tommy Rue picking up a small penalty there. Unfortunately, Reckless getting the Porsche sideways and wide, and that gives Thunder... No, it does not give Thunder the position. Reckless somehow stays ahead, and great there. He obviously stayed within track limits. I saw dust and all sorts kicking up and thought he was off the track, but no. Again, he is now, though. And Thunder does get the lead of the race as Reckless loses out to the McLaren of Oliver. Movement. Thunder on the mediums, Oliver's on the softs, and Reckless, he's also on those mediums. The Porsche looking a little finicky at the moment. And then we have Duffman in fourth. Oh, the Corvette of JTR going a little wide there, and he's getting very racy with Autosport in the Lamborghini. But JTR somehow, some way, keeping the Corvette ahead of the Lambo as Van Blue goes into the pits. He has damage. We have permanent damage on this, so if they break their car, they got to fix it. And Autosport all over the back of the Corvette at the moment, trying to shoot that gun. Oh, the Corvette's all out of control, and the Lambo is going by, so I don't think the Lambo was the effect of the Corvette wiggling out of control, spiraling, or maybe because he's just let JTR through again. Meanwhile, AT is pulling away from the Boosted, but the Boosted, he is calm. He knows it's a different tyre compound, and he knows that the race will come back to him later. Adnap on the mediums also, with Sinister very close is Sinister, And it's looking like the Audi driver. No, he's Porsche, isn't it? Sorry, Sinister. The Porsche driver is looking to get a move on the top Porsche in this race so far as they start coming across the Group 3 cars. That's the black Corvette of, oh God, JTR I want to say, but he didn't pit. And nearly causing effect is the Group 3 car, with Sinister having a very close look at the back of Adnap. And this is the thing about the patience waiting to go by the cars. It will bunch up the Group 1 cars again. And now Adnap is left very, very vulnerable from a move on Sinister, who does make the move, and he is through. Sinister up and into third place. Adnap having to slow down for the Group 3 car, losing position to Sinister. Adnap coming back, the Porsche driver, but the door's not open, so Adnap stays in fourth place. Fifth place for Deacon Do, as MJ in sixth, only 1.8 seconds behind Deacon, and he is pushing on. And so is Garuda. Garuda's close as well in the Audi. And Tommy Roo still in the action. My word, the top 8, so close. Thunder leads in the Ferrari. Can he do it? Round 3, third time of asking. He's looked like he can through the last 2 races, but for one reason or another, the win has eluded him. It's been Tommy Roo all the way. But now with Tommy Roo stepping up, Thunder is there. Thunder wishes to get the win, but Oliver not far behind him in the McLaren. Oliver on those soft tyres, going a little pacier than Thunder at the moment. Reckless, we saw he had a slight off, and he is slipping back into Duffman territory. So Reckless having to watch himself at the moment as he masters the control of the Porsche. But the Beamer is like on rails around here at Road Atlanta. It's like the road was, the track was built for it. Autosport just being taken by, I believe that'll be AT Racing. Yeah, that's boosted just behind them. And JTR, oh, it was Ven Blue. I thought one of them was in the yellow one. Obviously, he didn't load it, one of the liveries hadn't loaded in. So Ven Blue, he was the one who had to go into the pits in 15th. AT Racing just goes fastest of everyone with a 107.2. And at the moment, everything's looking very tidy for the Audi driver. He is coming across a lot of traffic now, and this may help Boosted catch up. But so far, very clean. Now, I think it's around this bit they agreed they may have to wait until turn 4. And that'll be why, again, just a little patience as they come out of the corner, and then the Audi can open her up and get by Reckless, I believe that is, as he chases down. And the next one is McLaren, and meanwhile, this helps Boosted close back in on AT. Oh no, AT took the Audi onto the grass a little bit there, but no harm, no foul. But Boosted is getting through and coming at them. He's cutting through this traffic a little easier than AT at the moment. Sinister still in that third place, 1.5 seconds ahead of Adnap. We have Adam in the chat saying, hey guys, I pop in when I can, always enjoy the commentary. It reminds me of the 90s touring cars on telly. I grew up on that stuff. It was fantastic. Love a little bit of 90s touring cars. AT, 1.5 seconds ahead of Boosted at the moment. Sinister in third. And thanks for popping in, Adam. Obviously, that's amazing. Adnap, 1.2 seconds behind Sinister. It's getting tight. It's getting tight, and the Group 3 cars are doing an absolute stand-up job here. It cannot be easy having these guys around, swinging one way or another, swinging their salamis past you, it's got to be quite disturbing. Tommy Roo then coming through. He's back ahead of Garuda. So Tommy Roo on a push, getting on top of the Audi as they get through the traffic. And Garuda yet to get past. Reckless there. Thunder leads from Oliver. They are just about to be pillaged by the Group 3 car. So we're just in second place. We're happy enough, driving along, chasing Thunder. 3.5 seconds. Whoa, what was that? Oh, it's a Porsche. Whoa! Oh, an Audi. And then, I think that might be, I think there's another Audi to come. Not quite yet. There it is. God almighty, I would have a coronary. So AT racing at the moment, 2.3 seconds ahead of Boosted, with Thunder 4 seconds ahead of Reckless, and behind Thunder it is looking very tight. What's that, MJ in 6th? It is Tommy Roo, Garuda and MJ. Let's get on board with Garuda there in 8th place, last of the Group 1 cars, the Pro. Ooh, wasn't expecting Tommy Roo to break that early, I believe. And but it helped Tommy Roo get through that corner quite nicely. As they come up the hill, the Group 3 cars bunching these drivers up quite nicely there. MJ, 6th place, quarter of a tank used. Because fuel saving might be a thing here. Garuda has got a lot more fuel than Tommy Roo, and they're in the same machinery. But the tyres look pretty good, even the softs. I think the fuel will run out before the tyres. So AT at the moment, pushing on. He's got a penalty, but he's pulled a couple more seconds out on a Boosted now. Boosted pacing himself. Fuel is a little better on Boosted. I think he's going to go later. Try and go late into this race. Sinistor, he's usually brilliant with the fuel, and he's doing very good for 3rd place. He's ahead of Adnap. Oh, that's Adnap's a little better on fuel if we are truthful on that one. So Adnap chasing down Sinister, but it's like a 200 mile per hour game of chess out there. It's not just going as fast as you can. There's all sorts of different elements to it, like fuel saving, tyres, when the best time is to pit. They'll be looking at the little map up in the corner that we see to see where all those little blue triangles are, and want to avoid them, especially on their pit stops. So many things happening all at once. These guys really are on the edge of every nerve trying to get these cars around. And Tommy Roo at the moment looking very racy against MJ, 3/10 in it. MJ having to get defensive in the Porsche as the Audi brings it. And Garuda along for the ride. He is on board. Reckless is up ahead. Where's Oliver gone? Oh my God, golly gosh. We have lost. Oliver's dropped down. He's going into the pits. There's no damage on his car. He obviously is not happy with the tyre situation, and he has gone into the pits, dropping quite a way. So he wasn't that far behind Thunder. Thunder on the medium tyres. We're only 12 minutes into the race. Oh my word, that is an early stop. Reckless in 2nd now. He'll be happy about that, but he is nearly 5 seconds behind the leader, and the fuel is pretty much the same for the pair of them. Duffman up into 3rd place in the BMW. He is having a blinding race today. The BMW is on form, and Duffman is in full control. It is good to see. JTR in the Corvette, 7 seconds behind Duffman. The fuel's all right though, isn't it? I said the fuel was going to be awful in that car, but it's not too bad. Autosports in the Lambo. Ooh, damage at the back. I don't know when he got that. His lap times don't seem to have... He did a 22 on lap 6, so he might be just driving with that damage. He was all over the back of JTR. And JTR is doing sort of 19s and a half, so he's lost a bit of time. He's going in. He is going in. Then Blue, then we saw him going in earlier because of damage, and he's back out and he's got positions because Oliver's had to pit. He's put mediums on and filled back up. But like I said, only 12 minutes into the race, that is an early pit stop if it wasn't for damage, and the Lambo in to fix his damage. Meanwhile, AT Racing coming across a Corvette and fighting to get by. See, patience, what did we say? They don't have any. They haven't got it. It's not in them. So, did Then Blue pick up some damage from that? It looked like he got a bit of a crack. Oh, it's JTR. JTR who's manhandled. And it might not have been. Really, I only quickly saw it. It was a glance. And it might have just been that JTR had a wiggle on as the Audi come past. But AT driving like he stole it at the moment. Absolutely throwing it on them soft tyres. He knows he's only got a limited amount of time until a Boosted, who is now just using a thimble of fuel each lap. That fuel gauge has barely moved, hasn't it? So AT gets a lap on third place in the Group 3s as Boosted sets chase, and they are nearly 9 seconds now ahead of Sinister and Adnap, and Adnap has come back at third place there as Sinister closed in, and it's race on between the Porsches, and the Audis are in a different league today. Tommy Roo has gone in his Audi. He's picked up damage. Garuda, he's okay. MJ, that's who he was racing. They're okay. So Tommy Roo, it's his first delve into the Group 1s this season. He is leading the Group 3 championship and has stood in for Chunky Ribena as he has Chunktivitis, and any points for the team is good points. AT though stepping in also, same team, is leading the way ahead of the championship leader Boosted. This is very interesting, ladies and gents. Sinister ahead of Adnap, but Adnap is on it. Oh, the Group 3 cars coming back into play. Sinister coming across the Porsche, but he gets by quite easily, and so does Adnap, but there is another one just ahead. What is that? Oh, that's the Beamer. Reckless behind. Is Reckless behind the Duffman somehow? Unbelievable. We'll have to go down and look at the Group 3 cars. There has been movement. Reckless was behind Thunder, but no, Duffman now up into second, and Reckless, the last lap out, had a little bit of a tough one. So Duffman moves up and into second place. This is amazing. With Thunder now leading the way in the Group 3s, Duffman in second, only 1.3 seconds ahead of Reckless, who is bringing it. He's coming. He must have just had a bit of a wiggle on because he's got no damage. So he just lost a few seconds on his lap there. He's only 4 seconds ahead of the Corvette. And I threw shade at that Corvette at the beginning of this race. And it's coming good. It's doing well. As Garuda puts a lap on JTR there, who is sitting in 4th place at the moment with his windscreen wipers on. Then Blue, the other Corvette, is in 5th. Yeah, 5th place, with Oliver in 6th in the McLaren. He had to make that pit stop, remember. And Autosport in the Lambo also making a pit stop, and they're very close together, even with their early pit stops. AT Racing 2.7. He's starting to fall back, isn't he? He is. This probably is the time to make the stop. Oh, he's come across Corvette in the wrong place here, and he's losing more time than he's gaining at this point. And Boosted is closing in. Boosted is coming in for the kill. He's doing it for the thrill. So AT trying to wring out everything he can out of those soft tyres, but for one reason or another, losing a huge chunk of time. Too boosted on the track. But maybe he's now managing to be able to get back up to speed after the Group 3 cars. 19 minutes into a 90-minute race. This is going to be cracking. Sinister still in third ahead of Adnap. But Adnap is on the scene. Adnap is there. He is making Sinister feel the heat. And there's some Group 3 cars coming. I bet Sinister loves that. Let's get on board. As Adnap sees Sinister go by the Lambo, I'm going to guess. And down into the braking zone. And that's Oliver. He kind of got out of the way, so quite friendly of him. Ooh, Adnap putting a wheel on the dirt there, but it didn't cause him too much stress. And that didn't really come to anything, did it? They got through there quite nicely. Actually, I was getting all excited. I thought we were going to have a little bit of Group 3 and Group 1 commotion. It all turned out sweet in the end. And again, past Reckless with no problems. Oh, but Adnap did get caught. Beautiful for Sinister. This is great. Sinister, lovely little timing on that one. And Adnap losing a couple of seconds. Was 3/10 behind, but the Group 3 car fell into place perfectly for Sinister and gives him some breathing room. Deacon Do only 3 seconds behind these guys. He has his own channel. I don't know if he's streaming on the YouTube yet. He is going to be. But he's definitely got a Twitch channel. Search him out, Deacon Do, and you can watch from his point of view. And he'll tell you what he thinks. MJ in 6th place, 7 seconds behind Deacon. Fuel is relatively the same. He's pulled away a little bit from Garuda, but Garuda is keeping track of him. Tommy Roo has fallen behind the Group 3 cars somehow. No way. There's no way. Oh no, we've lost Tommy Roo, I think. Oh yeah, we've lost Tommy Roo. Oh, what a damn shame. What a goddamn shame. So, Tommy Roo having to retire the Audi. We saw him pit, but he's had to retire the Audi for one reason or another. Thunder then leads from Reckless in the AM category. So Reckless got back ahead of Duffman. Duffman had enough of those tyres. He's going in. He's going to make his pit stop. And now, and it looked like JTR is following him in also. He did. Ben Blue made a pit stop earlier. His tyres are fine. A quarter of a tank of fuel. He is looking very comfortable. Uncomfortable with maybe the Group 1 cars coming by, but comfortable in his position. Is he close enough to get a position on JTR and Duffman? I don't think he will be. The Lambo 4.6 seconds behind Ben Blue, and Oliver with his pit stop dropping right to the back for some reason. Thunder will be making a pit stop pretty soon. He's getting through that fuel, where Reckless is looking after the fuel a little better than the Ferrari. Coming up, yeah, I reckon. Well, he might try and squeeze another lap out of it. Those medium tyres didn't even scratch the surface, did they? And as we use softs all the way through. Oh, you've got to use at least 2 compounds, so yeah. Oh, he's going round again. AT Racing then. Pushing on, but Get Boosted has closed it back up to nearly a second. Scrub that, it is a second. So AT Racing feeling the pressure as his tyres are going. He's trying to burn the last of the fuel in that Audi to escape a boosted. Sinister is, we saw him build up a gap from Adnap in 4th place with the Group 3 car. And Adnap still trying to come back at Sinister there. The 2 Porsches racing hard. Deacon Do 4.8 seconds behind those guys. He's ahead of MJ by 11 seconds. MJ not in the flow, not in the Orinoco flow here, with Garuda getting right up and in his business. Did he lose a bit of time? He lost some time that last time out. So MJ losing at least 3 seconds. Last lap has let Garuda close back in. All the points count in this championship, every single one of them. Each and every driver out there wants every point they can get. This championship is very close. And Garuda, he could lose a couple of positions here if he finishes in this position. Thunder does bring the Ferrari in. Will Reckless also? No, he goes around. So Reckless now leads the group, the AMs, the group 3s. It's easy for me to say. And JTR just a little bit too far back. Duffman's pit stop put him behind Autosport, just ahead of Oliver. So the group 3s are nicely closed up, isn't they? If he's dropped back that much, JTR might be able to get ahead of Thunder. Thunder has filled up. No, he's on the move now, so I think Thunder could be safe from Autosport, who comes around the final corner. Thunder moving down the pit lane, and JTR on to the pit straight, but Thunder is just coming. No, it's a longer pit lane than I thought, and JTR does look like he's got second spot at the moment. Fresh tyres, half tank of fuel, but Thunder's put the soft tyre on. He's used the mediums now, and I imagine he'll be running the rest of the race on those softs. Reckless edging his fuel for one more lap as he has a Group 1 Porsche coming around. Oh, I hope he doesn't get a penalty for that. I don't know where you have to be on that pit line, but he did look like he crossed the pit line a little later there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, no penalty. JTR then. It's looking very good for JTR, and he pitted. Where did he pit? I can't even see. Oh, he lapped 17. The undercut must be strong here, because he's got out there and he's got ahead of Thunder, who was leading the race. But Thunder is on soft tyres now, where Autosport's gone for the mediums. And he's definitely going to get himself ahead of Reckless if he got himself ahead of Thunder. So JTM just silently in the background, getting on with it, has done an absolute bang-up job because he is leading the race. Can Thunder get ahead of Reckless? Oh, and let's hope Reckless, we don't see a big penalty turn up on top of his car. No, we're good. That's all right, we can cross that line. So Thunder then is ahead of Reckless by 5 seconds. The pit stop's really wacky, isn't it? Thunder filled up. Reckless didn't fill up, but still lost. Well, he's probably about that time behind him. JTR, unbelievable drive at the moment, leading this race as Boosted gets up behind him. And this is great for AT because his tyres are absolutely shot. His fuel's virtually done, and he's managed to keep Boosted at least 3 seconds, or just under 3 seconds, at bay. And Boosted's picked up a bit of damage. My word. So Boosted picking up some damage somewhere on his front aero part. And Sinister in third, 2 seconds ahead of Adnap as he goes by the Lambo of Autosport. And that's him in third place, some 13 seconds behind Boosted though. And Adnap still to get by the Lambo. Lovely stuff, chasing down Sinister. Surprised we didn't see AT going in that time round. Deacon Do ahead of MJ by 10 seconds. He's still in that race up there with the top 4, you know. MJ 2.7 seconds ahead of Garuda. We saw he drop back into Garuda's path, but he's back up to pace now, and leaving Garuda behind. And JTR is leading the Group 3 cars ahead of Thunder, but Thunder is closing up on him with those soft tyres, where JTR pacing himself, one thinks, just keeping it flowing. And Thunder chasing him down with Reckless in third spot in the Porsche. They've all made their pit stops now. Autosport in the Lambo coming up into fourth place with Duffman in fifth. AT has made his pit stop. AT has made his pit stop. And I don't think anyone else in the field will be. I think AT has absolutely gone balls to the wall. And he's burnt through that fuel. Oh, I thought someone was off the road then, but maybe not. Sinister then, does he go ahead of AT? It is looking good for that. With Adnap also, Deacon Do, and AT Racing still at his pit box. I'm guessing being filled. Yeah, being filled up. MJ and Garuda, my word, these pit stops are killers, isn't they? You don't want to have too many of them. Maybe you might have to lean out your engine a little bit there, AT. You don't want too many pit stops. We are 30 minutes in. 30 minutes in. 1/3 of the way. The first of the Group 1 cars have pitted. The Group 3 cars, I think, have pretty much all pitted now. Boosted leads. He's carrying a bit of damage. And he's getting down low on his fuel. He started on the medium tyres. Sinister in second. He's got a fair whack of fuel there, you know. Adnap, oh, it's more fuel than Sinister. And Sinister comes across Reckless. And has to try and get his way by. Losing a little time to Adnap, but Adnap also, he might get stuck. Oh no, it's not Reckless, sorry, it's one of the Corvettes. Oh, I thought Adnap had lost the car then, but he hadn't. It was just a strange angle. And he gets himself past the Corvette, but losing about a second to Sinister in the process. Deacon Do still in the fight. He's up to fourth with MJ in fifth. These guys are getting close to needing a pit stop. And Garuda, who is chasing MJ, has got stuck behind the Porsche in the S's and has to wait. That thing, patience, they were told to use. AT with the pit stop, filled up, put soft tyres on, and he's on the push again. Thunder leads. Oh, Thunder leads. Autosport. Where's the Corvette, man? Oh, it's gone in. Did it? Yeah, he's coming out. So JTR pitted and lost the lead of the race, obviously, just ahead of his teammate, just 40 seconds ahead of his teammate. 40 seconds behind Duffman. These pit stops are freaky, man. Was JTR always that far behind? I think he did have to make a pit stop early doors for repairs. I thought that was them blue, though. But Duffman chasing down Oliver, who's chasing down Autosport in the Lambo, who's now up into third place because it's a topsy-turvy thing, the Group 3s. The Ferrari leads of Thunder ahead of Reckless, 7 seconds behind him. And Autosport, I think he changed the Honda NSX for the Lambo. I think Thunder kept his Ferrari. Reckless kept his Porsche. Autosport changed the NSX, I believe, for the Lambo. Ollie kept his McLaren. Duffman kept his BMW. JTR, I don't know what he was driving. And Ben Blue, I think this is the first round he's taking part of the GT Challenge. Stepping in with the gaps with Tommy Roo going up. But Tommy Roo didn't even make it a third into the race, unfortunately, in the Audi. JTR, at the moment, in sixth place of the Group 3s. So what's the pit stop situation then? Boosted's coming up around. No, he does not enter the pits this time around. Sinister, I think he's still got another lap in that car. Adnap has definitely got some laps in that car. With Deacon Do, he'll be looking for a pit stop in the next lap or so, as will MJ. Garuda also is on Vapors, and AT Racing will be looking forward to them all going in so he can get some positions back. I imagine he's getting quite nervous, sat down there thinking, did I just make a mistake with the pit stops? It is yet to see, but I think the less pit stops, the better, is going to be the way forward here. Oof, Get Boosted nearly launched that Audi over the curves. So Garuda's in. Garuda is taking the Audi in, and AT making up a one position. It's 15 seconds behind MJ, who's now in 5th place. He's on Vapors. Deacon Do on Vapors also. Adnap, loads of fuel. Adnap's going long, baby. And Boosted's on nothing, but he's in the pits. There you go. He timed that perfectly, didn't he? Sinister comes around. We assume he's going to throw it into the pit lane as well. Adnap continues on to take the lead of the race at 35 minutes. And Adnap now leads the race. Third different leader of this race, MJ. He has definitely got to go in the pits. He's got nothing. Wow, they're perfectly timed their stints, these guys. Unbelievable stuff. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. So AT will be taking 2nd place, chasing Adnap down, but Adnap is yet to pit. Excuse me. I'm getting over some conjunctivitis myself. So Garuda made a pit stop the lap before. Is he going to get any of these guys? He's quite a way away, isn't he? But the pit stops are long. Boosted's out. Behind AT, 14 seconds behind. I'm telling you, these pit stops are whack. What's he did a 206 pit stop? We'll not know. We'll not know. But them two were really close together. Boosted's gone for medium tyres again. AT is absolutely on a chug. He don't care. He's just burning it. He's like, I don't care, man. MJ comes, well, he was in the pits anyway, wasn't he? He's coming out. Oh no, we've lost another one. Atlanta is taking absolute victims today. Garuda and MJ then still racing. MJ gets out of the pits. Behind Deacon, who's 8 seconds now behind his teammate Sinister, who's nearly 10 seconds behind Boosted, who's 14 seconds behind AT. But Adnap, yet to pit, is leading this race. Thunder in the Ferrari leads the Group 3 guys, with Reckless 8 seconds behind. Duffman in 3rd, but Oliver is closing in. Duffman on the mediums, Oliver on the mediums. It's tight stuff between these two. Duffman with a lot more fuel than the McLaren of Oliver. Autosport must have made a pit stop. He has. He hasn't changed his tyres, but he's topped up with fuel. And because he was up into 3rd, won it at one point, and Ben Blue only 10 seconds behind Autosport. Still, everything's played for there. Adnap leads the race as he comes across the Porsche. And on his way, with AT Racing 16 seconds behind, 209. 206, so his pit stop was some 3 seconds faster in the first place. And the lap before his pit stop was pretty good, whereas Boosted was 113. Yeah, I guess he lost about 6 or 7 seconds. He was about 2 seconds behind. Well, yeah, 16 seconds is a lot. So Adnap then, he's into the pit. No, he's not yet. Ah, you tricky trickster, you. Thought he was coming in. He's not. So 81 racing, 81-4 racing, sorry. He's pulled 5 seconds in on that lap. He's doing an absolute blinding job, making his way through the Group 3 cars. I think that's the BMW he's just passed. Doesn't look like he had a moment. And so 80 racing on his way. Ahead of Boosted. Boosted might struggle to get the win here. Who knows? Sinister in 4th at the moment. He's racing Adnap, but at the moment Adnap's just smashing it out there. But Adnap did a 110 last time around, with Sinister doing a 109 and a 109 again. He might get the undercut done on Adnap with Deacon Do. A threat also to Adnap, especially when we've seen some of these pit stops and the gaps afterwards. MJ 109, but Garuda, he's staying steady 10s. He's fuel saving. So MJ, Adnap is in now. Adnap in to the pits, and 80 will take the lead again of this race. Cracking stuff, but with a very healthy gap to get Boosted this time round. What can Boosted do from here? Will Sinister, well, will Deacon jump Adnap? Adnap staying out a lot longer than the rest of the fields. I think he's our last man to pit. And obviously Boosted already by as he chases down 80 racing, pulling out more time. But, you know, I think Boosted's trying to save a pit stop here, which might be the way to win this race. Those pit stops are killers. And Sinister, Deacon, Adnap's on his way out. It's very tight. Deacon Do is ahead. Deacon Do is ahead of Adnap. This is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. He's 1.6 seconds behind Deacon, and nearly 10 seconds, 10 and a bit seconds behind Sinister, who he was just up the chuff of earlier on before the round of pit stop. So Deacon Do, great job there. Great job in the Porsche, getting himself up into 4th place ahead of Adnap, taking serious points away from Sinister's competition. Well, all of their competitions. Deacon Do's in the championship as well. MJ in 6th, and he's starting to drop Garuda now. But they've lost track of the guys ahead of them. Thunder, 5.7 seconds. Reckless has pulled in a big chunk of time to Thunder. And he's on a push. So Reckless pushing on as we get to nearly the midway point in this race. Duffman in the BMW holding on to 3rd spot, with Autosport in the Lambo. Some 45 seconds he needs them to pit. And Duffman, I don't think he pitted that long ago. Oh, he's 1/4 of a tank, so he will be pitting soon. Reckless just under 1/4 of a tank, and so is Thunder. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Someone off the roads. But I can see. Still a yellow flag. Is it Oliver? No, he's on the track. AT's on the track. Boosted. Sinister. Deacon. Adnap. Garuda is ahead of MJ. Oh no, as MJ had an absolute moment. He's got damage. There we go, we see him just rejoining the track. Oh, poor MJ, that is not what he was looking for. And now he goes plumb last as Garuda makes up that position. He's been haunting him the whole race. And now Garuda up a position on MJ, who has picked up a bit of damage. Unfortunate for him. Thunder is leading with Reckless in 2nd, not that far away. Duffman has picked up a penalty He's 20 seconds behind them, but 40 odd seconds ahead of Autosport. So Duffman having an absolute blinding race at the moment for a podium. Ben Blue ahead of Oliver, who looks like he's recently made a pit stop for the medium tyres. MJ comes in. Oh, he picked up damage, didn't he? So he's coming to fix that damage. And now he's just going to be playing for fastest laps or something. But with AT smashing out those lap times, it's going to be a big, big struggle for them. So, Adnap's ahead of Deacon Do. How? Only just. But yeah, Adnap must have just absolutely pulled out a blinding one and got himself ahead of Deacon Do there. Cracking stuff. We missed it, but Adnap on the comeback. He gets himself ahead of Deacon Do. Sinistor. He's chasing down a Boosted. He's nearly 30 seconds behind AT now. And yeah, I think we're at that point now where we can just chill out and you guys can just enjoy sitting on board for a lap or two without me rabbiting on. You don't need that. Although let's just quickly check that the Group 3 cars aren't coming up to pit stops. Ah, bugger. Reckless is. Duffman will be soon. Oh, I don't know. We could just wait. Get the pit stops out of the way. Autosport doing okay. Then Blue. So yeah, it's only really Reckless that's looking like he's ready for a pit stop. Thunder's still got. Oh, his tyres are pretty mullered. As the Group 1 cars come through. That's Adnap, is it? And Deacon Do now trying to get by the Porsche, and he does so quite nicely. Thunder, hands full here. He's got an Adnap on their way. As the sun goes down here, I think Reckless is going to be at the end of this lap. So we'll hang around. And that 1.3 seconds just get by the Group of 3 cars and stay away from Deacon Do, who is bearing down on him. Lovely, lovely. So Adnap across the Lambo. He is through. And released to chase Sinister, who we believe is fuel saving at the moment. So with 110s and 111s, 109s from Adnap. Adnap could well catch up with Sinistor. AT Racing absolutely fully loaded. He's going for it. What about... Ooh, what's going on here? So the leaders picked up a penalty. Not sure for what. Reckless has made his pit stop? Yes. So Reckless has made his pit stop. He's short filled. He's only half filled it. He's left the tyres as they are. Duffman, he's going to need a pit stop soon. And Thunder is going the way of pit stops. So we may miss a round of pit stops. I'll hopefully be back to sort all that mess out. And I think we're going to sit on that 80s car for a bit. Oh, AT nearly lost it. Maybe we shouldn't. Don't want to put him off. AT nearly slinging it at the scenery there.
I'm genuinely only here for the commentary. Smiling face with smiling eyes.
Who turned out the lights? Wasn't this dark when I went, was it? My good golly gosh. So, AT1 Racing still leads. Still leads in the Audi. That was beautiful, man. Just saying the car with a bit of serenity. It's just the chilled. It's what you want, although it didn't look that chilled when he was flying past Group 3 cars, was it, really? So, AT Racing, 38 seconds. Sinister, where's Boosted? Oh, no. Booster's got the fastest lap. Has he been into the pit? He did. He pitted. He pitted 4 laps ago. That's strange, isn't it? He must have just gone in for tyres. Surely. He's gone in for softs. He has. He's changed tactics. He's going for the AT Racing tactic now. Full-on attack from Boosted, it seems. Sinister is in second spot. Sticking to plan C. Adnap. He really is on the long run plan. And at the moment, sitting in third as Boosted, I can only guess, has changed tactics. Has come in to put soft tyres on to go full attack mode in the Audi, going beast. We saw him go beast last season when he tried to win he did win the championship, I think, in the end. But yeah, we saw him go beast mode in the last 3 or 4 rounds when he had to win every point. And now he was on the medium tyres. He was going for the long stints, but he's nipped in. He didn't even top up with fuel. He just come in and put some soft tyres on. He is going Unless this is just ticking his soft tyre run. Who knows? But Sinister is in second, Adnap in third, Boosted now down in fourth, with Deacon Do in fifth, Garuda in sixth, some 40 seconds off of those guys, and MJ we saw pitting just before we had the break. I thought he put some soft tyres on, but he obviously put some mediums on. He's not having the best of races at the moment. Coming across all of this traffic as well is not helpless. Reckless is leading. Reckless is leading. He pitted. Oh yeah, we saw. Did he just pit in half fill? So he short filled for a short pit stop, and it's done the job. It's got him ahead of Thunder, but it just prolongs the fact he still needs to make a pit stop where Thunder has got 3/4 of a tank. Duffman still in third place, but only 2.6 seconds ahead of Autosport. Autosport in the Lambo bearing down, but Duffman has just pitted. He's got fresh tyres on, nice amount of fuel, and Autosport is getting closer to the end of his stint. We're at 57 minutes, ladies and gents. Only 30 minutes to go. We're into the last third nearly. This is the end game. The Audi leads at the moment. His fuel's low though. He is going to need to come into the pits. Has Boosted done enough to bring the race back to him? Sinister on those long runs. He is counting on cutting out a pit stop to get, or a shorter pit stop or something. Adnap 4 seconds. He was nearly 8 seconds behind Sinister, so he has done a fantastic job, and now he's got Boosted pushing him along, which is rather uncomfortable, especially as Boosted on a different strategy altogether now. And if these start racing, Deacon Do will be coming into it. Oh, Reckless struggling with the lag there, with all these Group 1 cars, the night time, everything. I have heard if you have changing conditions, it does bring that on. So Reckless is all right now. Now the car's gone, he's not juttering. AT into the pits then, and Sinister. He's still got nearly half a tank of fuel on board that Porsche, and Adnap trying to deal with Boosted. I think he's starting to lose track of Sinister, and Sinister, he's paid a penalty and still stayed ahead of Adnap as Adnap fights with Boosted, and Boosted, he doesn't want to be held up by medium tired cars. Oh, he's backed right off, I think, of Adnap. Oh, Reckless saying sorry to Adnap for some reason. I don't know if there was felt he got in his way or something, I'm not sure. Deacon Do fifth. Sinister takes the lead. He's what, the 4th or 5th person to lead this race now. Fantastic as Adnap chases him down. 2.5 seconds, but Boosted's right in the action as well in the Audi after leaving Nissan. Moving over to the Audi team. And in the Porsche, just trying to keep the Boosted behind. And get Boosted wants to be going at AT, who's back out on the softs now. I don't think we've seen AT use the medium tyres, so he's going to have to do a short stint at the end, I'm pretty sure. That's his second pit stop. I mean, if he played his cards right, he could have made that his last pit stop and gone to the medium tyres, but he's opted to go for another set of softs, but they do have to use both sets. AT might find himself in a wee bit of trouble here. And Adam in the chat saying, waffling on, I'm genuinely only here for the commentary. Oh, what? You're too kind. You are so kind. So Sinister 1.7 seconds ahead of Boosted. He's got past Adnap, I apologise. I missed that one. Boosted then ahead of the Adnap. Deacon Do in 4th place. 6.5 seconds behind Adnap. Unbelievable stuff at the moment, how close it is. AT hasn't used the medium tyres. I'm rather nervous. The standing in, he may not have got that part in the brief that he has to use both dry compound tyres. So I'm sure I haven't seen him on the medium tyres at all. Garuda then hunting down AT. If AT does pick up a penalty for not using the medium tyre, we'll see. There's plenty of race left, ladies and gentlemen. And get Boosted all up in Sinister's business. Sinister, it's not his race. Boosted's not his race today. Slowing him down would be nice, though. He's getting closer. Sinister, if you remember, wasn't that far behind, really. What, 9 seconds behind the Boosted? As they come across the Porsche, and remember, patience is the way. And they get through nicely there. And Sinister leads from Boosted. Reckless. Oh no, Thunder is back in the lead. Sorry, I'm neglecting the Group 3 guys. I do apologise. So Thunder is back in the lead of that. 42 seconds ahead of Duffman. Thunder half a tank of fuel, so he's going to have to make another stop before the end of this race. Duffman as well. Oliver back up into 3rd place. This is crazy stuff down here in the Group 3 cars. They're all over the shop. With positions, I mean, with the pit stops and everything. So Ollie is in 3rd with Reckless. Sorry, in 4th. He's just recently pitted. Filled right up, put the soft tyres on. Obviously, he's going to try and run to the end as Autosport in the Lambo. Some 42 seconds behind him, but only 7 seconds ahead of the Corvette. So, Autosport. Keep it tidy, keep it clean, or the Corvette is going to be all up and in his business. Sinister still leads. Boosted cannot find a way by. He just cannot get past the Porsche. Porsche's, well, the boost is about the same for the pair of them. But Sinister seems to have enough, and Boosted on the faster tyre as well. They're slowly going away from him. But he's only got a quarter of a tank left anyway. Adnap has dropped back from that battle a little bit, but Deacon Do holding station in 4th place at the moment with AT on a push. In 5th after his recent pit stop, he's gone for the soft tyre. And I'm sure he's going to have to make another stop for the mediums. I don't remember seeing him on the medium tyre whatsoever. So I do feel that he may have to come back in for the medium tyres, possibly. Although there's plenty out there, I haven't really kept that close an eye on their tyres either. Garuda on the mediums at the moment, chasing down MJ. Has he just done a lap on MJ or something? MJ's picked up a big penalty there. MJ having an absolute nightmare at Road Atlanta. Not a fun race for MJ, I believe. I'm sure he's had fun, but it's you know, as positions go, I'm sure he would have hoped for more. Thunder looks like he's going to get the first win of the season for the Ferrari team. And it's looking very good for him, 40 odd seconds ahead of the BMW of Duffman. But we cannot count out Reckless. He's gone for some radical strategies, coming in, short filling, getting in the lead, then going in, filling up. So interesting stuff from the Porsche as the Lambo struggles with traction over the brow of the hill, and Autosport then brings it around. Start lap 47 for those. We're over an hour. It's an hour and 5 minutes in. Only 25 minutes of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen. Boosted, oh, I'm sorry. Boosted's got past Sinister. Oh, I kept going back to it as well, didn't I? You saw that I tried. You at least saw that I tried out there, didn't you? I gave it a good go. But they're not even in the same race with each other. Sinister is really racing for 3rd place against Adnap, I believe. And Boosted is in second at the moment because he lost a lot of time to AT Racing earlier. Looks to me was the two Group 1 cars alongside each other there. Maybe not. Garuda's gone into the pits. Deacon. It is Deacon, sorry, there is there is a race here. And AT in the braking zone with those new soft tyres, easily outbraking Deacon Do and moving up and into 4th place. Cracking stuff there from AT. What an absolute debut in this season. Hitting the ground running. They did warn us he was rapid, and they were correct. Who were they, you say? MJ? Oh, poor Reckless. He's on like the apology tour. That's alright, MJ's having a bad one anyway. Get it out. Get it all out. So MJ. Now Garuda's in the pits, but MJ is going to go ahead of him. Going to go ahead of him? No, I don't even think he's got ahead of him. Oof. So Garuda pitting and back out ahead of MJ. And poor MJ then. Only 22 minutes left, MJ. You're alright. You keep in there, lad. So Get Boosted leads the way ahead of Sinister. Sinister's fight is with Adnap. Sinister just under a quarter of a tank of fuel, but Adnap is just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. Adnap went a lot longer than Sinister in the first stint. I believe neither of them have used the soft tyre either. Boosted has used both tyres. I don't think Sinister's been off the mediums, and nor has Adnap. AT Racing's only used soft so far. I believe Deacon Do's only used mediums so far. Garuda is now on the soft, so he's used both. I want to say I saw MJ on a set of softs, but I'm not so sure now. Thunder, I've lost track with the Group 3 cars. They've made a lot of pit stops, so I am not sure. But at the moment, Thunder and Duffman on the mediums. Oliver on the mediums, but he's having to go in. That puts the Lambo up. No, where's the Lambo? I thought the Lambo was next, but it's not. It's the Porsche. Where's the Lambo go? Just there. He's way behind. I thought he was up there. Is he? Really? About 42, wasn't it? So I missed a chunk of racing there, I think, because I thought the Lambo was higher than that. But Thunder's in, the leader is in. Is that his final stop of the day? With only 21 minutes on the clock, it could well be Duffman down to a quarter of a tank, 10 seconds ahead of Reckless. I believe Reckless has done both compounds. Boosted leading the race. His fuel is low. He's going to be coming in soon. Sinister, still a few laps left on his car and a ton of laps left on Adnap's car. Is he coming in? That looks like lining up for a pit stop. Oh, maybe he's going for a short pit stop. Interesting from Adnap. Went long in the first stint, has done a short stint in the second. Sinister's fuel is now flashing. AT is up into second place. 20 minutes left on the clock. Deacon Do up and into third place. Adnap in the pits, as is Boosted. Garuda on those lovely new soft tyres is coming up near the pit lane. But Adnap's moving out. He's on his way out. He is. And Boosted is also on his way out. Garuda on the pit straight. But Adnap now ahead of Boosted. So Adnap short a stop. Did do the business for him and got him ahead of Boosted. Garuda is right there behind who? Boosted. Where is Boosted then? I can't see where Boosted is in that. Is that Boosted ahead? Oh no, Boosted's out. Boosted is out. The Audi has died. The Audi has died, I'm afraid. That was so weird. So Adnap just ahead of Garuda then. And Deacon Do is into the pits, as is Sinister. AT back in the lead of this race. Nothing wrong with his Audi. He's absolutely slamming it. Adnap will be looking. It's a tough battle between Sinister and Adnap. Adnap with that earlier stop onto the soft tyres, trying to get the undercut. He's right just ahead of Garuda. Garuda coming back into this race. And Adnap then. Sinister's coming out of the pit lane. Adnap, he's through. Adnap up into second place. Wowzers. And Sinister's gone for the soft tyre as well, but that was tight stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely tight as a nun's purse. And Adnap then in second with Sinister in third place. And they are going to do battle for the next 18 minutes around Road Atlanta for that second spot. 81 Racing, he's got 81 4 Racing. He's got to come in, hasn't he? So it looks like Booster just had a total bump out of the lobby. He must have lost connection. He's joined again. So Adnap then, he is leading with Sinister in third spot, 8/10 between them. Deacon Do 16 seconds down the road. Garuda, what happened to him? Oh, so Garuda has had a huge one. He's had an absolute smash on his car. Deacon Do runs on. Garuda in fifth. MJ in sixth. He's moving up the order now as we get the DNFs come through. Thunder still leads from Duffman with Reckless in third. Duffman, is he going to do this? No, Duffman's got not enough fuel to get to the end. I believe Thunder has. Duffman's very close after the pit stops to Thunder, but Duffman will have to pit. And Reckless, is that enough to get to the end? Half a tank, 16.5 minutes. Oliver in 10th, 55 seconds behind Reckless. 2 seconds ahead of the Lambo of Autosport. It's tight stuff there for the McLaren and the Lamborghini. And Ben Blue is only 2 seconds behind them in the Corvette, but Ben Blue needs to have a pit stop. His fuel is running low. So AT14 Racing 30 seconds ahead of Adnap, and I don't think I've seen AT14 put some medium tyres on, so I don't know what's going to go on here. Again, Reckless has been the GT3 car in the thick of the action. Sinister getting held up behind him, but it is the agreement not to overtake him in those S's. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Oh my good golly gosh, finding that in this. Oh, it's MJ again. MJ having an absolute, but he's up to fifth. He's up to fifth, but Garuda is catching him, even though Garuda had a lot of damage. He's been into the pits, he's fixed it all, and now closing in on MJ. MJ's picked up a bit of damage at the front right left-hand corner of his car. Deacon Do in fourth, 14 seconds behind Sinister, 4 seconds behind Adnap. AT14 Racing. I don't know. I think he's got his. I don't think he's used a set of mediums. And if that's the case, that means Adnap's won. Because there's no way he's going to get in and get some medium tyres on in 30 seconds, is he? Is he? I'm not sure. So Adnap. Sinister in third. Losing a bit more time to Adnap. Adnap pulling a gap. I think who's there? Ooh, MJ helping out his teammate? No, I'm sure he's not. It's just joking. I'm just joking. MJ just about to have a lap put on him from Sinister. And that now 6.3 seconds ahead. With 14 minutes to go. AT14 Racing. Absolutely something today. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Driven like a demon. And MJ apologising to Sinister. He can do. 13 seconds behind. Duffman makes that pit stop, so Reckless moves up and into second place. Is that enough fuel to get him to the end, we ask? Unbelievable stuff. Duffman into the pits. Can he get out ahead of Autosport? I think he should be all right. And we'll see Duffman on that podium, I am sure, with Thunder at the top. Reckless in second, and I think Duffman is going to finish in third. But Autosport will have something to say with that. AT14 Racing still leads from Adnap. It's getting bigger, the gap between Sinister and Adnap. Sinister not getting back up to pace. Like Adnap doing a 107.4. Unbelievable pace there. And with Sinister coming across a few lapped cars, it's lost him some time. 108.4. Garuda, we saw he had a lot of damage, and he's got a race on with MJ. MJ with, oh, I think he's gone past MJ, in all fairness. I think MJ is driving with that damage to the end of the race. And so Garuda easily getting by 4th. Thunder leads. 11 seconds on Reckless. Reckless tyres are pretty old. Duffman just making that pit stop, put the medium tyres on. He might have put a bit too. If that's the fuel you need to get back to the end of this race, it's not, is it? 12 minutes. So, although Thunder's got a bit more in his car, so Reckless, Autosport. Honda's picked up some damage, unfortunately. Ben Blue has most recently pitted. Do you know what? If those Group 3 cars are putting nearly 3/4 of a tank in the fuel on, I think Reckless might have to pit again. Unless he really fuel saves. But he's a minute ahead of Duffman. 3 seconds, shall I say. So maybe he's going to coast in the corners and try and save fuel that way. AT14 Racing, sorry. He's got to use a set of mediums at some point. Adnap trying to close in. He's pulling away from Sinister. Sinister. Got another lap on a Corvette there, I think, of Blue. So Sinister then, cracking podium, but I imagine that's not how he's feeling. He feels that he could have had that second spot. But you've got to hand it to Adnap. He has been rapid, and he's been quite clever with the pit stops, going very long. Then very short. He's done the job. MJ is staying with Garuda, even with that damage. He's managing to stay with the back end of Garuda, looking for an opportunity whenever the lapped cars come up, and he's looking for it. He's alongside Garuda. He got past him. Whilst they were lapping the car. Very nice from MJ. Cheeky little move on Garuda. Beautiful stuff. Thunder leads from Reckless. Reckless tyres are looking pretty rough there, but he is making that fuel last. I think he's going to be okay with that fuel. And Duffman wants to close in on Reckless, but it's a big distance between the pair of them now. Autosport only 4 seconds behind, but oh yeah, Autosport does have to pit. So Autosport will be into the pits. That might put Oliver back in play here. Oliver with a bit of damage, but it looks like he's going to carry on with the damage until the end. And Ben Blue is holding last place at the moment, but has had a fantastic drive, it has to be said. Jumping in mid-season on Road Atlanta with a bunch of Group 1 cars speeding past you, it has to be said that is something. You've got to congratulate the man. But Thunder, this could be his first win this season. We've had Tommy winning every race in the Porsche, I believe, the first 2 rounds. And now Thunder putting his mark on the championship. As Tommy Roo uses this one as a dropped round. That might put Thunder in the lead of this championship. MJ and Garuda are racing again. MJ with that damage, will be able to feel that at the front of the car. It won't be very comfortable for him. And Garuda braking in he's been a control user. I believe he's sticking on the wheel. Let's have a look. See how quickly the accelerator and the brake goes on. It does seem quite instant, doesn't it? I think he's back on the controller, isn't he? Yeah, he's back on the controller, bless him. They just seem too quick. I don't know. He might not be, but his inputs seem rather fast. I think MJ's a control user as well, so that's not one to go by. I don't know what 81.4 uses. I think pedals, because they seem to ease on a little bit more. Adnap in second place, up to 10 seconds now. Sinister just not living with the pace of Adnap, or he knows something more about the fuel than Adnap does. Possibly. He can do. He's been slowly closing in. He was about 14 seconds behind Sinister, and he's down to 12 seconds now. MJ giving Garuda a race. Doing a cracking job as they come across the Group 3 car. And did Garuda get by? He did. No, he didn't. He got stuck behind the McLaren through the S's, and that gives MJ a lovely little gap on Garuda. Cracking stuff. So MJ, even with a damaged car, looks like he might be able to gain a position more than he was expecting. We saw Garuda's car in an absolute state, didn't we, though? Everything was red and flashing. I think Thunder's just paid a penalty, but with 24 seconds on Reckless. And what's Thunder saying, oh God, for? Everything is good. Just be calm, Thunder. No oh gods, no anything at the end of this race. Just drive. 5 minutes, 6 minutes of concentration. Keep it on the road. Reckless, I think he's got the fuel to last, which is cracking stuff. Duffman in 3rd place. A great podium at a very tough track. Oliver with the damage ahead of Autosport, who recently pitted. And 22 seconds behind Oliver. I think it's going to be a little too much to ask in the next 5 minutes. And Ben Blue only 9 seconds behind Autosport in the Corvette. 81 Racing then, 81.4 Racing, for God's sakes, why do I keep missing the 4? I should have just kept calling him AT. In the Audi, on his debut, has had a blinder, but I believe he's still going to come into the pits to put a set of mediums on. And if he comes into the pits to put a set of mediums on, Adnap, who has slowly been pulling him in, they were 30 seconds apart after Adnap's pit stop. It is now 20 seconds. Adnap pulling in 10 seconds to AT1.4 Racing. Or is it at 1.4 Racing? Who knows? they're both capitals, I say it's AT. It's initialised, not. Adnap then. Adnap could technically win this because I don't think AT has put on a set of medium tyres. He's running out of time to do it as well. I don't think there's a minimum of laps that you have to do it. But I do think you have to use both compounds. So Deacon in 4th, MJ in 5th. Only 1.5 seconds ahead of Garuda. Thunder, 27-second lead on Reckless. Reckless is nursing the tyres and the fuel to the finish line. Duffman in 3rd spot, and my God, does he deserve it. He's had a couple of really tough rounds as Duffman. To come back and finish in 3rd in the BMW is an absolute legendary tale that will be told around the campfire for hundreds of years to come. The day that Duffman turned the BMW on. Fantastic stuff. So within 3 minutes left of racing, I'm smelling a disqualification. I might be wrong. If you guys saw him on mediums, then I really do apologise. But I think he's only made 2 stops, and he went on softs for a pair of them. So he started on the softs, he pitted, went on to the softs, and he's pitted, and then he's on them softs now. I don't think he has used the medium tyre. And he's gone past the pit lane a couple of times now, where I thought he might throw it in and put a set of mediums on, and that closing in on him at such a great rate. There's 2 minutes left of this race. Sinister in 3rd, looking like he's got that 3rd all tied up. He's been keeping his teammate at bay for the most of this race. Garuda up and into 5th. He's left MJ behind again, so these two were having an absolute corker of a battle. The last time we saw it, MJ was 5th, but Garuda somehow getting past the damaged Porsche. Thunder leads the race. There's only 2 more minutes to go of this race. Reckless in 2nd, Duffman in 3rd, Oliver in 4th, Autosport is 5th, and Ven Blue in 6th. Lapped by well, that's Garuda now behind him. Deacon Do's not that close, it must be a lap. Yeah, it's a lap. Deacon Do's put a lap on Garuda. I apologise. So AT14 racing still going around, 1 minute left. And no, I don't think he's going to put a set of mediums. Or his fuel's low. Maybe in the last lap he might. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. He's making me question everything. But standing in for Chunky or J-Car, 81-4 racing. Absolute blistering pace. But I'm questioning whether or not he's used both compounds of tyres, and I may be wrong. I have been before, and I will be again, but I'm not sure. I am not 100% sure that man has used all his tyres. Adnap, 10 seconds he's got it down to. Unbelievable last stint from Adnap there. He crosses the line, possibly for the last time. Sinister, well, you know, except for the lap they're on. Sinister coming over in 3rd, 8 seconds on the clock. He's going to get across to go round again, possibly. He has. So is it going to be Deacon Do? He's going to be one of the first to finish. He does in 4th, Garuda in 5th, MJ finishes in 6th. Thunder, where is he in relation to I think our leader is going to finish first. Reckless has finished in 2nd place. Duffman somehow is going through, but Oliver, these have all finished. 81 Racing's coming around those final corners. to take the win. Great stuff from AT1 Racing. Adnap is ahead of Thunder, so we'll look at Adnap bring it around for second place. Net could be first though, if it's judged that AT1 Racing did not use the medium tyres. Sinister patiently following the BMW round to get a third spot at the same time as Thunder winning the Group 3s. Reckless Insane, and Duffman gets a podium. Cracking stuff. Cracking stuff from Duffman in that podium. Thunder for the win. It has been great. AT14 Racing, I'm not sure you used the medium tyres, but I could be possibly wrong. I am not sure. So, provisionally, AT14 Racing takes the win ahead of Adnap in second and Sinister finishing third on the podium. Deacon-Do, his teammate, in fourth. Garuda in fifth. MJ in sixth. Thunder finished, and Thunder won in the Ferrari in the Group 3 cars. Reckless in second. And Duffman, what a drive for Duffman in the end there for a podium. I'm really chuffed for Duffman. He deserved that. Oliver in fourth. Autosport in fifth. Then Blue finished in sixth. Tommy Roo DNF'd after his first pit stop. Don't know quite what happened. JTR, he got disconnected, I think, and Get Boosted looked like he got disconnected also. Well, the championship is rolling on to a... I said last week, I told you this one was going to be St. Croix, and it got changed. So I'm nervous to tell you where we are next. Hang on, I'll find it. So we're meant to be at, hang on, round 4, Rolex Daytona 24. That'll be fun. So we're at Daytona next Friday. Book your place and get yourself into the World Racing Community's Discord. I think I found them through Facebook. Get yourself into it. It's a nice little Discord. There's a lot of action in there. It's used quite a lot. It takes me ages to get through all the general chat from one break to another, and then there's like 54 new messages, and they're all as hilarious as the one before. So, yeah, it's a great Discord to be in. Great community to race with. Get yourself signed up. Thank you for joining us this evening for round 3. And what an absolute banger it was. That's it. I think there's nothing more I can think that I need to say. I know I'm only doing 2 races a week at the moment. It's a week, but I am going to try and get another one in there. I promise you. So if you're a part of a racing league, send me a message. Say, yeah, we'd like you to cover one of our races. I'm happy to do so. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks to the World Racing Community for another cracking race. And I'll catch you all on the flippity flop. Tiru, peace and love, peace and love. Word to your mother.